what was it like beating George, just being that one step closer to getting to the one championship?
You know what it is with George. Like George is a good lad. Like
Mm.
the fight come up years ago for George. Like they were trying to get the fight, but I was number one in the UK. I don't know what he was ranked at. I think he was like 3 or 4. But like I was levels above him. I wanted international opponents. I wanted titles. I didn't want to fight George Mouzakitis, who's a young, hungry, hard fight that's coming up on the way up and wants to take what I've worked for. I wasn't allowing that, so we didn't take the fight. I was on to bigger and better things at the time. Um, but when the fight obviously come now, like I
Yeah.
expected it to come because obviously the side of the tournament that was drawn on, I always knew that I'd fight George, or hoped I'd fight George because he didn't get that opportunity then. He was young as well. He's young now. I think he's like 23 or something. He's young, isn't he? So,
Yeah.
like he he deserved that fight now, really. If he's in this tournament and has been picked for the tournament, he can have it. But people like bet against me. So like there was wagers on it. So I've heard there was wagers on it. People like put money down for George to beat me, and obviously they lost their money. Like, but I don't understand how someone can actually believe. Like, no disrespect to George Mouzakitis, he will beat most people. But I don't actually understand how people can believe that he was going to beat me. Look at what I've done. Look at who I've fought. How many times I've been in the ring. Look at my last 5 fights. Even look at my last 4 before that. Before the one before. Like, look at what I've done. How can you imagine that George is going to beat me? He's very good, but I am world level at the end of the day,
Mm.
and there is a difference. And the experience, on experience alone, he hasn't fought Thai in 3 years. He's had a couple of MMA fights. He has one fight against an Italian that caused him an awkward night because he was an unconventional style, which I think it caused most people. But he beat him comfortably. But I don't see how people would have thought he would have beat me. So why people lost money on me, I would never know on him. But it was a fun fight, but it was also a nice one for me to put the stamp on it and say, if I would have fought you 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever you asked for the fight previously as well, that is what would have happened. I'm too mature. He's
Uh,
young. I'm too mature. I'm too experienced. I'm at the other end of his career. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the
yeah,
day,
yeah, of
I've
course,
done
yeah.
all his learning that he's got to do. How you can bet against me? You off your head?
I looked at your bike. You are a champion. Is it in should I say, is it various Muay Thai promoters or
Yeah,
so?
yeah. So I've got a WBC world title. I hold the I held the international as well. WBC international. I've got British titles and I've got European titles, all in Muay Thai. So I've got the credentials and I've got the belts and the trophies to show it.
I've seen a pic of you on Instagram. The belt, the
All the
medals.
belts, I'm having them all. I'll have that one championship one as well.
Uh,
That looked nice on it, wouldn't it?
sorry, you said that people bet their monthly salary on you
No,
losing the.
no, I don't think it was their monthly salary, but there was quite a big wager on it. I don't know exactly how much, but
Ah,
I know a
okay.
few. I know a few people bet against me to win. Which
I, okay. I was gonna,
and they'll
yeah.
probably do the same with Coakley. Coakley's a fan favorite, isn't he?
Mm,
He's got that Irish blood. He's very good. He's very good. But I'll beat him, and I'm kind of just in the background at the moment because obviously Coakley's had the stoppage. He had the women that he stopped him. Looked very good. I've won my last 2 fights on split decisions, which I can't understand because like how how are they getting it so wrong? The judging system isn't usual because it's one championship judging, scoring. I'm getting it on split decisions at the moment, which he's got his last fight on a stoppage. So if you look on paper, he looks like the favourite to win it, and he can have it the favourite. Just like some people have George to beat me, it'll be the same outcome. It'll be madness for them to think that they're going to beat me, and it's just because I'm at that stage of my career. It's no disrespect to anyone. I've just done everything that they're doing. You know,
You're
Coakley is the match of me because he's done it all as well. You know, but when I get in there, I will show him that I've done more.
you're still, no matter how much training or experience they have, you are still just that one step above.
And that's what it is. And that's what it is.